Good night, guys. This is now the TBK podcast following the Williams fight. It's your host David, and I'm joining with LL or by LL tonight. Yeah, let's just go straight into it, man. So, what do you think? What do you think of tonight's fight?
It was a good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. You know, Andrade, he started off very quickly. He started off really aggressive. I think because leading into this fight, the narrative was that, you know, Liam Williams was going to kind of put pressure on him. Mm-hmm. So it seemed like he kind of came out and tried to, you know, what's the word? Like bust the narrative, like, nah, mate, you ain't going to do that to me kind of thing. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm going to light you up kind of thing. And yeah, he lit up Liam Williams for like the first 2-3 rounds, but then in the third round, as they were both throwing, Liam caught him with something, and that from that point on, Andrade, to me, he looked very vulnerable, and he done really well to kind of survive, in the spot when he was in trouble. He had that kind of, you know, when you see like those wily old veterans where they know how to kind of hold on for that second longer than what they're supposed to. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They spin around the referee and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, Andrade, he showed all of that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But watching this fight, although Andrade, I mean, I practically gave him every round, bar maybe 2 or 3 rounds. Mm-hmm. But despite the seemingly dominant performance, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, what is he gonna look like against a Canelo? What is he gonna look like if he gets hit by a Triple G? What's he gonna look like if he's fighting a Charlo? And to be honest, it's like, I am not sure. Like when he was working, when he was throwing, he looked excellent. Yeah. But it's just in those moments when he actually got hit, he looked very vulnerable to me. And some of these fighters that I've just mentioned, it's like, these guys ain't nothing to play with, and that if they get you hurt like that. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, Andrade, he's very awkward. I mean, he seemed tired in spots. He has a good engine. Sorry, this is another thing I wanted to say as well. It's like, he hit Liam with a lot of uppercuts. Yeah. And when he landed with those uppercuts, it looked excellent. But it's like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like he overdone it a little bit with the uppercuts. It's like, do you know, it's like he overdone it a little bit too much with him. Like, I don't know, like, what do you think?
I think when it comes to the uppercuts, it's almost as though it's a weird one. I mean, I can break it down in 2 ways, really. I think one of the things that I saw with the uppercuts was he didn't do enough behind them. There were times when, just like for that split second, he had him slightly second guessing, and rather than capitalizing on it, he kept, because, you know, he was in and out a lot of the time, and he kept going out rather than looking for a second shot, and yet again to reset, go for another uppercut. But also, I just think he started to look a little bit one-dimensional. As good as he was, he started to look a little bit one-dimensional. It's almost as though, you know, he was hoping that eventually the uppercut would finish the fight. When you do one thing for 12 rounds, you very rarely see fighters do one thing for 12 rounds. Alright, it's working, but you very rarely see fighters do one thing for 12 rounds if they really want to get the guy out of there. And, you know, he had to do a lot of fending off tonight.
He can't do that against Canelo. He can't. He can't do that against Canelo.
The thing is, after 3 rounds, the shot won't be there. Against Canelo. That's one thing we've got to put out there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think for me, really, he can talk about unification with Triple G, but can he take what Triple G is going to give out? Because Triple G, you know, he's a bit of a hunter. Once he smells blood, you know, he's a ruthless finisher. And I think power wise, I don't know if Liam Williams has necessarily got a patch on Golovkin.
And this is the thing as well. It's like Liam Williams, he put a lot of pressure on Demetrius tonight. Yeah, he did. When you're talking about guys like Canelo and Triple G, I mean, we'll put Charlo aside for a minute. But when you talk about guys like Canelo and Triple G, these guys put a different type of pressure on you. Yeah, especially when it's time to finish. Yeah, like, but I mean, looking at Canelo when he fought Smith, yeah, it's like the kind of pressure that he puts on these guys, he's not even necessarily throwing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? It's just a different kind of. It's just the way how he feints and his quickness. Like it's a different kind of pressure, and I don't know if Demetrius can. I don't know how he will fare against that. And Golovkin, he has a relentless pressure. Like if he thought Liam Williams put pressure on him, Golovkin's pressure is different, and his punches come from like different kind of angles.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
and also to add to that, sorry, not to cut you, but obviously, to add to that as well, Golovkin, unlike Liam Williams, cuts the ring off. Don't follow you around.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I was gonna say, like, you know, Andrade, he done a lot of holding tonight as well. That's another thing that he done. He done a lot of holding tonight.
I saw a young B hop in there, man. I saw he attempted to be B hop. Yeah, he attempted to be. But the thing is, one of the things that I will say, and I'm going to give him credit for, is coming through a test like that. Because normally he gets to do what he wants in fights. Like he won't necessarily finish people off when he's got them hurt, but he'll dance around them. He'll continue to look flashy. He'll look awkward. He'll look a cut above. And to be fair, I think in terms of output, punch output anyway, he did look a cut above Liam Williams. Liam Williams showed that he has got heart, very durable, very game. And in the typical English sense, very noble, very hardworking.
But you know, Demetrius, what another thing that he's really good at nullifying his opponent's work, and he done brilliant tonight in nullifying Williams. But you know, these kind of tactics that he kind of employed tonight, is the referee plays a massive factor in it, and I mean, the referee tonight, he didn't really do much in terms of, you know, calling out Demetrius on his excessive holding and things like that. And don't get me wrong, you know, it's the fight game at the end of the day, and it was a tactic that he employed to win. But if he goes in there, you know, against one of the top guys, against a referee who doesn't go for that, you know, I mean, like how's he gonna fare? Like I just don't know. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. It's like the performance tonight, I thought he looked good. I thought it was positive, but the negatives, they're just too bright for me when we're talking about him going up against the top guys. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like when he was hurt, yeah, like there was two specific times in the third round, and I'm not sure what round it was. It might have been the 7th or the 8th round. Yeah, you know, when he fell back onto the ropes. It's like I'm seeing that and I'm thinking Triple G. Do you know what I mean? I know Triple G's old, but it's like Triple G, he's a brute when it comes to those kind of situations. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like Canelo again, just Canelo's punch selection and just the way how he feints and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
but this is where we. Oh, sorry, because I was about to say this is where we bring in Charlo. This right here is where we bring in Charlo, because again, when it comes to a finish. Charlo's not to be he's not to be underestimated or underrated at all. Do you know what I mean? And I think the way, because that was like a delayed reaction, man. The second time he was hurt, and I think if Charlo sees that, he's pouncing on you. And he would definitely put your lights out at a time like that. You know, we saw it with Harrison in the rematch. You know,
no, that was Jamel.
Sorry, you know what? I'm getting it wrong. Sorry, no. Yeah. No,
let's win.
Sorry,
let's win.
But yeah. But all right, sorry. Like, you know what? But Jamal. He's very slick. Like, you know, I almost feel like he's avoided at 160. If I'm totally honest with you.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing that I don't get with Jamal. Sorry. You know, I feel like to a degree he is avoided by, you know, the top guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if avoid is the right word. I just think maybe, you know, they've got other fights in it. Yeah, do you know what I mean? They've got other pathways that they want to go through and that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Triple G and that, he's just chasing Canelo. He's at 168 chasing Undisputed. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So they ain't really got guys like Andrade and Charlo in their plans. But I don't know, Charlo, he doesn't seem to be that enthusiastic about fighting Andrade.
No.
And to be honest, out of the three guys that we mentioned, between Charlo, Triple G, and Canelo, out of those three fights, I would rather see Andrade fight Charlo. I feel like that would be a more competitive fight.
Yeah, it would be
like a more intriguing fight. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I don't quite know what will happen with that fight. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Because I feel like Charlo, although he's been at 160 for a minute now, he's still a bit of an unknown entity at that weight class. Can I ask you a question though? Do you know when the last time was that Andrade fought?
No, it was. I know at the time he was. I know at the time he was calling for Billy Joe. I mean, as it has been for a while. The last time, I can't remember the exact last time it was that he fought.
It's been over a year though, hasn't it?
I believe so.
It's been over a year.
I believe it. I believe it has. Yeah, it has. You know what? I'm not going to pretend that I can say a definite point. But I know that the last time he was fighting, he was calling the same names. You know what I mean? He was calling the same names, and he was saying he was going to do the same thing. And to be fair to him, having been off for that much time as an active champion or as a current champion, again, I'm not going to take away from the fact that he won ugly tonight, and he won ugly because he was under a lot more pressure than he's ever been under. Like he might have taken away Williams' shot selection, but he didn't take away his work rate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing to highlight there, because I was, listening to the zone and listen to the commentary. They're gonna talk up the home, I say in inverted commas, fighter, because it was the zone UK. But I think whilst even though they're doing that, we have to really acknowledge the fact that other than work rate and a couple of times he threw punches, Williams didn't really do enough. And going back to the talk of the uppercut, I think Andrade had more success when he was throwing straights. Yeah, like, he had a lot more success as we saw he put him down.
He dropped him with a straight shot as well. I mean, he dropped him.
Yeah. And I mean, he started real fast. And I think he should have realised that. All right, while he was gonna go, he went crazy with hooks and uppercuts in that first round. But the moment he put him down with that straight, he should have been coming back to throwing a straight right or left, because he had him on the front foot, he had him on the back foot. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I think really he kind of allowed Williams to get into the fight and make it a lot more competitive than it really should have been.
He did.
Yeah, and that luxury will not be afforded him with the other champs, man. No way.
Yeah. But all right. I mean, it was a good fight. I mean, later on tonight now we've got the big one.
Why?
Jake Paul. No, is it Jake? Yeah, Jake,
and Ben Askren. Yeah.
That was me being sarcastic, by the way.
Oh, bro,
listen, I will be watching it.
Listen, anybody that hears this, including myself, has to know that was sarcasm at his absolute finest.
Yeah, you never know nowadays.
That's true. Everyone gets confused at stuff and takes everything so damn seriously. That's why. You know what I mean? But I mean, we got to see the conqueror of the great Nate Robinson, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he can deliver. See what he does. Yeah.
And I'll meet you back on here, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. That might be a rerun for me. I don't know if I'm staying up to watch that.
Say no more. On that note, man, sign us out, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This has been a great discussion, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. You got myself, David, as your host. You got LL, and this is the TBK podcast.